Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Heie. I'm a somatics movement educator and an author and a speaker. And it is with such a great joy that I welcome one of my dearest friends and colleagues, Heidi Hansar,
Hi, hi.
yes, to this space today. We go back a long time. We've been friends for a very long time and have had a lot of really deep conversations about health and what it's like to be a human in this day and age. I have invited Haiti here because she has a long background in working with people and with people's mental health, holistically, in a holistic perspective, mental wellness. And today we're here to talk about pause and stress. Because one thing that Haiti does these days is also to give workshops and to educate people about the importance of pause. Yes, and so for example, she works with with the companies also to help them recruit people, and so this topic comes up a lot in that context also. I want to tell you, my dear listeners and people who watch this video, that this entire video actually is an experiment in stress also and how we handle stress. Because mm, I forgot to mention this, both of us are non-native speakers. We're both from Estonia, so a beautiful small country in Northern Eastern Europe. And one aspect that can cause us a lot of stress also is the fact that we speak in a different language. So we will see how this goes. We will see how this experience of speaking in a non-native language works out in this video. And maybe we will ask Katie for some comments later on too. So if you see us go back and forth between Estonian and English, it's part of the experiment, it's part of the ambiance of the space that we welcome different kinds of language expertise, and we try to be relaxed also about our language knowledge. And so be prepared for that also. Okay, let us start. Heidi, tell us something about your interest in this issue of pause. How did this topic of pause come to your life?
hmm Thank you. Yeah, and I couldn't say it better than you, how you just introduced me in, and I never would have guessed that you're not native speaker because this is just so pleasant to hear you talk in English. But yes, my journey with this subject actually began when I was in quite big crisis in my life.
Mhm.
So it was about maybe 8 years ago. It was winter time, and I was uh, I was starting to think, or not even think, but me and my husband, ex-husband, we were at that point that should we go on together? We've been to this at this time we have been married for 12 years, and or should we go separate ways? And it wasn't actually this very conscious decision to do it, but the fate kind of came in, things happened, and it was winter time, and it was very emotionally very overwhelming.
Mhm.
Really, it was. I think I never had this kind of feeling in my life previously, and at the same time, we just knew that my dad was very ill. Uh, and they said that maybe he has a couple of months to live. So very big crisis in different areas in life. And uh, at this time, I I was waiting the night to come, because when it was all dark, everything was silent, and I could really kind of allow myself to be myself, only for myself. I didn't need to worry about others because everyone were sleeping, anything. I was allowed to be myself by myself. And the night was coming, but I wanted to go out. I needed this space and air. It was very, it was like 11 o'clock in the evening. All the houses were, lights were out, no people, but there was like this snowstorm going along, and I had to go for a walk with my dog, and along this walk, suddenly I felt this. It was like this icy rain coming, not rain, but ice, like little ice pieces, and I felt that in my face. And then I stopped. I just stood there. Everything was dark. It was like magical moment for me. But it was painful in my face, but it was good. And then I realized that not this pain, but actually I felt myself, or I came into this moment, and nothing else was in my mind except this pain. I wouldn't say pain, but except this feeling on my face. So this was this moment for me when I realized that when I'm coming consciously inside myself, then this can actually reveal this stress. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This can actually make me feel more calm. And then I'm very curious minded, so I started to learn about it. What is this? And then I kind of found myself mindfulness. I started to listen to this. My God, I can't say the name. Anyway, this insight timer. Yeah, insight timer. I started to read, uh, and it went further and further, and it led me to trauma and stress, and all these subjects, even more deep and deep. So
Mm.
it was the beginning of it.
I see. Thank you so much for sharing this story. It made me already think about a few different things. Let's see if we can come back to these topics later on too. So you mentioned this difficult experience of being in a moment of crisis, and maybe one thing we can talk about later is like the idea of a pause. Like we can think about pause as a certain number of minutes, let's say during a day at one's workplace, like how to manage one's life at work and the balance between work and other things that we do. But pause can also, in a larger sense, mean I need to take a pause from, I don't know, being in a relationship, or this is a pause. Something in my life is
Mhm.
is being paused, and there's a totally different sense of time unfolding. But nevertheless, we're talking about a pause of some kind, though. So we can talk about this later also. But let me come back to the example that you mentioned. What I loved about the story, your story of pause, is the presence of the body in it and physical sensations. You were describing the hail, the little ice pieces on the face. And so maybe you want to tell us something more about the importance of coming to bodily awareness, being in touch with the body and sensations in how you view what pause is, or yeah.
Yeah, actually, this pause as a kind of statement, or as a phrase, It's not maybe this what I'm thinking when I think about pause. I think more like as a conscious mental break.
Mm-hmm.
The consciousness is this keyword for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually goes very well with this that to be conscious, you have to come into your body. And the kind of the easiest way is to, how to take this mental break, conscious break, is to come to your body and explore your breathing. I think it's very well known already. There are very many people talking about this breathing, and maybe I just had this reminder. Maybe I can give you some tip of the day.
Please.
Yeah, it's something new for me. I have exercised, or I have how it's exercised or
Nice.
practiced. Yeah, I've practiced this breathing for many years already, but this was something which for me was like, oh, okay, this is new, and I got it from another therapist who, yeah, I joined her training about trauma, and it really makes sense to me. It really makes sense. So we know that when you breathe in and you breathe out, you breathe in and you breathe out like open mouth, then this affects your body to feel calm. But when you are in kind of you're very distressed. Have you ever cried like this, like have you
Yes.
ever cried? Yeah, I think all of us have. Maybe some are not in an adulthood so much, but more like as a children. Then because children, they show more emotion, they show the distress they have. But they this trick here is what you can do consciously is when you really need to calm your body down very quickly, then you don't need to cry for this, but you can breathe like you are heavily crying, kind of, and this will decrease your stress level very quickly. So, and the technique goes like this, that you kind of breathe in like two of three, or 2/3.
2/3.
2/3, yeah. You breathe in like 2/3, and then you pause, and then 1/3, and then you breathe out like
Ah. Let's all do this together.
yeah.
Give it a try. So let me practice this also.
And you can do it with a voice, which is also always, good. But when you can't, when you're in a situation when you can't make any noise, then you can do it uh, loudly, but not loudly, like silently. But you can still do it like, and it's 2/3, pause, 1/3, and out.
Mm-hmm.
And breathe with your open mouth. When you breathe out, try it like even like a little bit, but you breathe out.
I breathe out with the open mouth also, or like slightly open mouth. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And when you do it, they say that when you do it like maybe 8 times, then your body knows this is a calming effect to your body. And this is, I can't, I'm sorry, I can't give you this science, or, this, what's,
Yeah, this mm-hmm.
yes, but because I don't remember, but there is science behind it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's wonderful. That's very useful.
Yeah.
Tell us more about this, the idea of a conscious mental break, maybe also relating to what you do uh, when you work for developing happiness at workplace? How do you like somebody in a work situation, what do you recommend that they do to have this kind of conscious mental break? For example, maybe my job is such that I have to be behind the computer from 9 to, I don't know, 1, then I have one lunch break, and then I come back. So during that time, what can I do to have these conscious mental breaks if it's somehow
Yeah.
allowed, even in maybe it's not allowed at my workplace to do things.
Yeah, well, it might be that this is not allowed, just to like wander around. But that's the magic of it, because you don't have to get up, you don't have to sit in a kind of special position, you don't have to put your fingers like this or anything. It only requires you to. It's just easier when it's eyes shut down, because otherwise this all information still comes in. But you can also do it like eyes wide open. But it only requires from you to really try to, because sometimes it's really hard, and it might not, it might not go like this. But try to feel your body. Like, for example, when you are, and maybe just I want to say one more thing before I go further, this technique. But sometimes people say, yeah, I took a break, I went to take coffee, and I just had a chat there in this coffee break. This is very good, because then you are taking pause from doing something. But this is not this conscious break I'm talking about. This conscious break is not, you're not kind of substituting with anything. You're not like, you're not taking one thing and do this instead of this other one, but you are doing nothing. What goes with, with this outside world. This technique goes like this. There are different, and also we call it grounding. And people who are familiar to mindfulness, yes, this is it, kind of. But okay, let's take the situation you said. You can't. You are doing this sitting computer work all day, and you cannot leave your place. Then, for example, there was a study Microsoft did. They had this, as I remember it, recorded correctly, it was like 45 people, and they did two different groups. One was they had this all things, monitoring their brain on their head, and one group went to meeting without any breaks, even this 15-minute break between meetings. And the other group had, after a meeting, they had 15 minutes kind of break, but as I recorded, it was like 8-minute mindful pause or something, or 10-minute mindful pause, something like this. And then they recorded these, how their brain works. And they had this graphics. I have this somewhere also, but not right now. I can't show you. But the thing was that when you had breaks, then yes, your stress level increased at some point during the meeting, but then it went down again. And when this this top level stress was lower than the other groups one, and the other group one, there was like very, very high, a bit lower, high, a bit lower, but it never came to this like normal low. It was high all day long, and it went even higher. So as I would suggest, like in your workplace, first of all, do not plan your meetings like without breaks. At least take this 15 minutes. You might think that, no, I'm losing 15 minutes. I can do so much. No, you cannot. It's only you think you can. But the study shows that when you're taking this conscious mental breaks, conscious breaks, then you are actually more effective during the day. You are more capable. You are less stressed. You go home, you are less stressed. It when you're less stressed, your body can your body is more healthy. This stress hormone cortisol is not so up all the time, because when it's too much up all the time, then it's at some point your body gives up. At some point, this will kind of show that slow down. The body will say it to you.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, and this, if you want to take a poll, if you want to go and chat with your friend during a coffee break, then do it, but do not mix it with this conscious break. After you had this coffee and chat with your friend, when you go back to your desk, take 3 minutes. 3 minutes, just take this. The easiest is to monitor your breathing. Close your eyes. You can do it 3 minutes. Close your eyes, and when you breathe in, just try to kind of feel, was this air you breathed in, was this warm? Was it cold? Did you smell something? What was the smell? And you can play like this, like imagine that this, what you breathe in, went to your toe. The next breath went to your fingertip. And when you are trying to imagine this, then actually you are in your body, and your brain is not dealing with anything else but only you and your body feelings. And this is a gift to your brain, the easiest gift to your brain what you can give.
I know this. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the other thing is, when you are maybe the stress is a bit high already, then it might be a bit difficult to concentrate to your breathing, because your breath may be already hectic, and and then it's not working. Maybe then it's for me, and as you can see, I also like kind of take this, and I mudin.
Yeah, what is this thing that you hold in your hand? Like you touch something. I was like, what is she doing with this object?
I am unconsciously and now consciously calming myself.
Yeah.
But this is this coffee cup.
Yes, it's like a lid.
Yeah, yes, and it has this rubber thing, so I can, it's very good. But this is what I'm doing right now. Also, is I am giving myself this physical interaction with something. And especially when I do it with your hand, when you do it with your hands, then it already calms you down. But when you're sitting, you don't have anything in your hands, and it's hard for you to concentrate on your breathing. Just right now, I'm sitting on a nice chair, and my feet are on another chair. And what I can do, I don't even have to close my eyes. Maybe my colleagues think like weirdo, but I can stare at my computer and still not think about what I'm seeing in the computer, but I can feel and monitor my body. How do I feel my feet on this other chair? What do I feel under my bum, or how is my back supported by this chair? What are the connection points? What do I feel? Is it painful? Is it cold? Maybe the skin is touching the chair. Maybe it's a bit hard. Maybe I need a pillow. Anything. Just monitor your body, how these connection points, how do you feel? What do you feel? Where do you feel? And this is also, you are taking this, you're consciously bringing your attention into your body.
Yes, I love this so much, Heidi. Thank you. Because when I hear you, when I listen to you, I hear this idea of this is a time, the mental break time is a time to simply be with your body, to notice what kinds of physical sensations you are experiencing at this moment. And so
Exactly.
we're directing the mind's awareness to I sense this, I sense this, I have this part of the body that are
Yes.
touching touching
And
the
yes, and very important is to, even when you breathe, and then maybe you know that, yeah, I have to breathe slowly, but I
Mhm,
can't. And then sometimes, one could actually get annoyed, like, why I can't.
mhm,
Please do not be annoyed with yourself.
mhm.
Be gentle. It's about acceptance. Me in this way, in this situation, is is all I need. Everything is good with me. I do everything perfectly. Like, you don't need to say I'm doing perfectly, but do not give this hinnang.
Evaluation or
Yes.
judgment.
Yeah, judgment. Yeah. Uh, just, if you want to breathe, if you are capable of taking this breathing break, whatever the way is you actually right now doing it is good.
Mhm.
You try not to force yourself,
Right.
uh, breathe in this or this way. Accept yourself, be gentle with yourself, and this is also what your brain is very, very thankful for.
Right. And it also reminds me of an earlier interview, which you all can find on this channel also with Jack Goldingham Newsom. And there we talked about this idea of being in the present moment and how important that is to practice this being in the present moment on a daily basis and being in the present moment with bodily sensations included. Oh, and I love what you explained about the object also. Me too, I do this. So, for example, there are stress balls. There are also me, I use crystals and anything that I like to touch. I sometimes, even when I write, occasionally I take this object to just feel the sensations of my hands. Or, for example, before the interview, I put on some essential oil. So these movements also, these actions also, they bring us awareness of the senses, and that can be a very calming and a nurturing moment for the brain too. However, one question I want to throw in here is so we're talking about sort of like a normal day, unfolding, but let's assume that one is in a state of what do I do if, for example, I'm in a state of anxiety and actually my physical sensations are
Mhm.
the ones that are also causing the anxiety to go up. So what do I do then when actually going inside the body doesn't feel like a safe thing to do, or it feels like I feel weakness in my knees. I feel like my heart is about to burst open. What is this thing that I feel in my throat? You see what I mean? How do I calm myself down? If you have any comments about this.
Yeah, I can, as much there are different people, as much there are different solutions, how what works for you the best. What I can tell about myself is when I feel that my anxious is going,
Mhm,
up, then first of all, for me, the help is in kind of this releasing.
mhm,
And in fact, I had this kind of, I wouldn't say it was a panic attack, but it was a very hard, like anxious moment for me a couple of years ago. And I had this just before a very important meeting. It was a state level meeting, and suddenly just my body, kind of. kind of gave up. But please remind me afterwards to come back to this, that how the thinking about anxiety can actually change the outcome of this feeling. But back then I didn't know it, and I felt that this anxiousness only grew bigger and bigger. And this thought that, oh my God, where does this go now, even made it even more. I think it's quite familiar to people who have had this kind of episodes. And then I tried breathing. No, it didn't work. I tried like, no, like what do I need to do? And then I just started to experiment what works for me right now, because I know the techniques, you know, I know different kind of techniques. It wasn't. I first of all I wanted, as we talk about movement, I went to this hallway to walk.
Yes.
Because didn't have too much time, I couldn't go outside. But for me, the first choice would be go outside. Just go outside, just watch the trees, watch the sky. Nature, it has massive calming effect to me. And of course, again, science is backing this, how this unconsciously affects us when you are in the nature, when you are, you know, not monitoring, but you are, you know, seeing trees and everything. But it didn't work because I couldn't go outside, and the whole way didn't work for me. And then for me, what worked was I needed to do this kind of physical exercise, which I needed to work hard. I needed to how to say pingutama.
Say more. Put
Pingutama.
effort into. It
Yeah,
depends on what you say next.
yeah. I needed to do something with my muscles.
Ah, yes. Contract the muscles, put effort into the
Yes,
muscles, use
yes, yes.
muscles.
And it had to be also rhythmical. And
Mhm.
this also is very logical, because rhythmical, you know, why we rock our babies.
Mhm.
Rhythmical movement is this what is calming our brain also down. Drum,
Mhm.
rhythm, drum. So I kind of came to this as rhythmical. So I did this like on my toes, up and down on my toes. And at the same time, I needed to do like this, because you kind of, you know, you have this, when you do it, try when you do this kind of movement.
Mhm.
Would you try right now?
Huh.
Do you feel like you're, you know, it kind of releasing something? I cannot
Okay,
say.
I'm throwing something. I'm throwing something away. It's like a
Yeah,
cleansing movement.
exactly. So I did this, and I did this like for 5 minutes. And then I managed to uh, get to this point that I put on this inside timer,
Mhm.
calming music. I did tea. So I came to my body again like this.
Mhm.
And this helped me. So coming back to your question was,
It was about anxiety and so
yeah,
for
what to do.
moments, for example,
Yes,
like stage fright and moments like this, or before a big interview where
yeah,
going inside and actually feeling what is happening inside the body doesn't feel very calming. It augments maybe the stress,
yeah,
like, "Ooh, my heart is thumping, my knees are weak."
yeah. Then I would say what is kind of universal for me, and I suppose for many people, is still breathing. Even when you start breathing like quickly and anything, slowly try a bit, maybe a bit deeper or a bit longer.
Mhm.
Exhale,
Mhm.
like inhale, try a bit longer exhaling. The breathing is very effective to your brain and also the hormones. Still, the breathing is, I guess, the this what I would say is the most effective. And again, this for me, it is this physical thing also, or take something into your hand when you're going to a stage or something. You can always have this pencil or something in your hand, because it also it's the stress ball and everything is because of this.
Yeah, touching
Yes,
comments down.
yes.
I love
Yes.
the comments that you shared with us, also because the comments are inspiring. I want to make a point about this so the listeners can hear this also. The comments were inspiring us to also like trust your own body's wisdom also. Like we have all these techniques. We can go online. There are so many people go giving so many techniques, so much advice is available. So we can read these and practice these. But sometimes what is really useful to do is like what works for me at this moment. Like let it emerge from your own body's intuitive knowledge and wisdom also. Like do something that maybe you haven't read online, but
Yeah.
somehow it's like, wait a second, I want to do this, and it's actually working. This is something that I'm trying to also teach in my classes too, is to I give in my movement classes people a moment to, well, what is let the body just move. Like, don't try to direct it too much. Let's see what emerges. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is what when we met was in your class, and it was also very eye-opening for me, and it was very, very again like eh, reassuring for me that I remember you said, "Do whatever your body wants to do right now." It was at first it was weird
Mhm.
because we're not used to do what our body wants to, but but when you kind of hear you are in this place, you have this it's allowed, it's even suggested do, please do, then it's a bit easier to do. And this was definitely a big part of my journey with this subject, your class, your what you give to your people who join your classes, what you say, how I saw how you actually lived this, how you were acting according to your words. It was very eeskujuks.
It was eye open. It was a role. It set a
Yeah.
mark for you.
Yes, yes, and it had a huge effect on me, definitely. This freedom I felt coming from you in these classes, it had a big, big effect on me.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to know this. Yes, he
Yeah.
was also a beautiful dancer. And does everything. Really tell us, maybe this is something we should have talked about earlier, but so what is it that people do during the pause?
What
What
is
would
it?
you like to tell to, for example, I
Yeah.
like academic students, I see this in people of all ages.
Like for me, like what is my favorite thing to do when I consciously want to take a pause? When I'm outside, the nature is full of wonders. It's just go to nature and really consciously kind of look the tree leaves, look at this tree leaf, look at this beauty, like really look at the sky, look at the clouds, what pattern this comes when you just focus yourself on these details, what you see. Or maybe you are hearing whatever, maybe the birds singing, dogs barking, whatever. Just maybe when you walk outside, focus on something, like maybe voices. Focus and try to find 5 different voices. What
Mm-hmm.
you hear, where do they come from? What are the voices? Focus on one thing. You can focus on your body, you can focus on objects, you can focus on voices, you can focus on I said body, right? Yeah, this is like first, yeah. And focus on details, focus on smells, because this is also, it's comes outside from outside, but it ends up in your body, in your brain, the voices in your brain, the smells in your nose, and the feeling. Now it's summertime. Get rid of your shoes when you're on the grass. Feel the grass. Feel what is this feeling you feel under your feet. Step on the stones. Just feel what you feel. Just let your body feel what it needs to feel, what it wants to feel. And this is, yes, this is maybe this main point, that focus on something and see, feel what does it do to your body, how it feels in your body at this moment. I don't know if it makes sense, but it makes sense for me.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense, and it goes beautifully with the goals and the mission of this YouTube channel also, which is to really educate people about the importance of living with the senses and paying
Yes.
attention to the beauty and the wisdom and the magic that is available to us through the connection that we have with the
Yes.
senses and the body. And
Yeah.
it's very simple.
Yeah, and two things maybe, what also is when I can't go outside, like techniques, what works for me is again about this. Everything is about body and your body, body consciousness actually.
Mhm.
When it's really hard and I'm kind of, like I'm kind of stuck myself, then taking this lotus position. Is it lotus? Yeah.
Mhm. Cross-legged. Mhm.
Yeah, magic again. And the other thing for me has been for ages, starting from my childhood, but I didn't know why it works for me. But again, it works for me, is hot shower.
Mhm.
And not just this hot in this water, but again, when I'm taking the shower in order to calm myself, then I'm not just, no, I'm not washing myself. Then I'm feeling the water on my skin. I'm feeling every drop. I'm feeling on my toe. I'm feeling it here. It helps me to come to my body, come to myself again, because the anxiety most of the time comes from outside, not from myself. It's the outside. Something happens, but my my body is triggered, and then I have this feeling of anxiety. So when I can switch off the noise from outside, noise from my brain, then when you come into your body, then you are in a calm place. This is my belief. This is really my belief. But this, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easier, but this is something I deeply believe in.
Yeah, maybe we differ here also because, for example, my anxiety comes from inside of me also.
Yeah, yeah. This
Yes.
overthinking and everything, it's very common.
And reasons. It's a complicated topic itself, the anxiety. Heidi, now, do you have any suggestions to us about stress management? What is it that you see? What is it that you tell people about this in your workshops? If you have anything else to add.
Yeah, I remember this. We plan to come back to this. It's not a new point of view, but now the science is behind it even more and more. Is this kind of not attitude, but how you think about stress, how you think about stress influencing you is actually this what influence what this how to say, how you think about stress um, affecting you is something that actually teeb selle, mis sealt välja nagu tuleb, ühesõnaga, et see, kuidas sa mõtled stressist, mõjutab seda, kuidas see sulle mõjub.
Beautiful. You just heard some nice Estonian, yes? So the way in which you think about stress
Yes.
is leads to how you actually experience stress.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. Yes. So, for example, when you are going to an interview with a lovely person, and but still you have anxiety coming up. So one way is to think that, very simplify saying, one way is to think that, damn it, now I'm again anxious, now I can't do this or this very bad. Why is this happening to me? And the other way is to think that, oh, wow, my body recognizes that I have this thing to do, important thing to do, and it's actually preparing myself to do my best. Because the stress level at some point is actually helping you to cope. And when you are capable of thinking like this, when this happens, then it helps you actually to reduce the anxiety level, because you are not thinking that this is bad for me, but you're thinking that, okay, my body helps me this way. And this is very important. I just heard this in Huberman's lab the other day, and if someone is interested, then brilliant podcast about this, and it's a deep subject. And I love that there is a science, going this way, that how you think about something is actually how you experience something.
Yes.
It's not just, it's not separated thing. I think this is something we can take use of very.
Yes, because then it gives the control back to us also. It's like, oh, I can change.
Exactly.
I need to look at my thoughts about this, and then maybe I can change the outcome also, because I can choose different thoughts.
Exactly.
I wanted to ask you, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking this word control. We've been speaking about it also, that the very big part of feeling anxiousness and, this fear something will happen, or I can't deliver as well as I want to, is about control. A big part of it is about controlling. Can I or can I not control what's going to happen to me? And yes, this how I think about things actually really gives control, like back. I can change how I think about things, so I have the control. And of course, it sounds very kind of easy, like think like this, think like that, and then everything like happens. But take the first step. Like, when you have this tall ladder with different, just take the first step, and then go further. I know from my experience, I didn't know anything about it, really. And as I said to you also, that maybe years back, then I wouldn't even admit to you that I had this thing about doing this interview in this way. But today I can admit it. I can even admit it in this podcast, and it's okay. So I have taken my steps, and there are many steps to go, but it all starts with the first step. Just try something. Try something when you're ready for it.
So beautiful. Now, Heidi, and this is maybe my concluding question here. So, how did you manage your stress now during this interview? Because, as you said, it was not so easy actually to say, okay, I'm going to speak in this foreign tongue and be vulnerable in this way and expose myself. And so, how did it go? We think, by the way, before she even answers this, we all think that she did great.
Yeah. Thank you very much, you all. But for me, I'd say today, what really helped me was this. We had this small talk with Hiie before this, before she pressed this button. And this was very, very calming to me, because again, he give the control back to me, because she said, when you don't feel like that this goes out, this goes public, then it's not going public. And among other things, what we talked about, it was this expressing my feeling. I didn't shut myself down. I listened to my body. I expressed it to you. And this is also one actually technique, just say it out. And I think, yeah, I think I'm happy how it went, because this is the main point is this subject, right? And it's not so important how I chose this time my words or how I expressed myself, as long as it has it inspires somebody, then it's all good. And this is what today's podcast is all about. Just taking this step and being kind to yourself.
This is a beautiful point to end. And so thank you, Heidi, for being so inspiring in many ways, in terms of sharing with us your experiences with break and pause and stress and mindfulness. And also your experience of speaking in this foreign language and being courageous and being bold and being vulnerable. Also, these are all very important aspects. Heidi, is there anything else you want to add? Maybe there was something you wanted to say and I didn't ask you.
Not really. I think, yeah, I just went into this question, and yeah, not really. Thank you.
And Heidi,
Yeah.
would you like to share with us? I can put this in the information bar below also, but for example, if people want to reach out to you and talk to you more about workplace and health and wellness at workplace, or maybe I forgot to mention this, but Heidi has also worked for many, many years as a youth counselor too, to help young people with big issues. And so
Yeah,
you want
it, yeah, it's like I just stuck in these big issues, but this
any issues?
psyhikahäire.
Like mental disorders or disturbances in the.
Yes, I was working 7 years
Mm.
with youngsters with mental disorders and their families, and the specialist working with them. Or so, yeah. But LinkedIn, I think LinkedIn is available, and also you can share my email address.
Yes, I
Yes.
will do that. And also, your people, I want to, this another note I want to add, that people who are like managers of companies and who are in the position of making the workplace healthier for the people who work there, like Hades, one person like this that you can bring in as a consultant also, because
Yes. Yes.
you can
I would happily do it. Yeah.
yes, there's another interview on this YouTube channel also I recommend that you all watch. It's with another Estonian, by the way, with Lina Babo. And Lina Babo is also a movement specialist for workplace purposes. And so there are these people, there are wonderful specialists out there who can also make a big difference in how we experience our work lives also.
Yes. Yes.
Well, so now, Heidi, we're going to take a break, yes? How are we
Yes.
going to, well, what are you going to do now to have a pause after this or have a
I'm
break?
going outside. I'm going outside, and
Thank
I'm
you.
going to listen to the birds and feel the summer breeze. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Me, I'm going to a park also. I'm in Paris. I forgot to mention this too. Heidi is in Estonia. Me, I'm in France currently. And so me,
Yes.
I'm going to a park and I'm going to look at some flowers. I'm going to
Yes.
inhale, exhale. The roses are blooming and I will look at the different colors and I will look at the sky and be in touch with my senses as I do this.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm trying this as well. thank you very much, Hiie. It was such a pleasure to do this with you, especially with you, and I think it has this kind of healing effect on me. This how we talked, so very appreciate you doing this. What you do, keep doing what you do, and keep being yourself.
This is what the space is about, also to heal to help with the healing process of the speakers and the listeners. Thank you all for supporting this channel. Subscribe, like, give us some comments, reach out to us, and thank you so much, Heidi, for coming.
Thank you. Bye bye.